former NFL GM, names which QB should start for Browns. The 2025 NFL schedule doesn't do the Cleveland Browns any favors. Needing to get off to a strong start to avoid a rebuild or a developmental season, the first few weeks provide a stiff challenge. NFL general manager Mike Tannenbaum believes the Browns need to put their young quarterbacks in a position to succeed, which means Joe Flacco should be the one to endure their harsh opening stretch. In this episode, which I love, Joe Flacco should be the one to endure their harsh opening stretch. The Browns' schedule is remarkably difficult, Tannenbaum said via Get Up. They start off with Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit, and Minnesota. Look, Sheeta Sanders or Dylan Gabriel, their two rookie quarterbacks, may be their future. But as the ultimate bridge quarterback with that sort of brutal start, let's go with Joe Flacco and all those starts. That makes sense to a degree. Given that Flacco is a veteran, he's familiar with head coach Kevin Stefanski's offense, and he arguably has the best arm on the roster. Then again, if the Browns want to figure out whether any of their young quarterbacks, including Kenny Pickett, is the answer, they need to give them a chance to play, regardless of the team's record. Most signs point to the Browns' quarterback of the future not even being in the league yet, and chances are that they will use one of their 2 first-round picks in the 2026 NFL Draft to find him. But if there's even the slightest chance that Gabriel, Sanders, or Pickett might be the future, the Browns need to put them in a position to prove it. The Cleveland Browns have never had a shortage of quarterbacks. What they've lacked perpetually, painfully, is the right one. And now, as another season dawns under cloudy skies and quarterback controversies, the question resurfaces like clockwork. Who should start under center? But this time, the answer didn't come from the locker room or from head coach Kevin Stefanski's carefully guarded press conferences. It came unexpectedly from a voice once deep inside the NFL machine. Former NFL general manager Thomas Carver, once the architect of 2 playoff-bound teams and now an unfiltered analyst on the media circuit, spoke his truth. And it hit Cleveland like a thunderclap. If I'm Stefanski, I don't overthink it, Carver said during a national radio appearance. You start Shedia Sanders, period. Not because of hype, not because of primetime bloodlines, because the kid gives you your best shot to win right now. Carver's statement immediately made headlines. Fans debated it, pundits dissected it. The Browns front office, silent as ever, likely winced. But beneath the media storm was a message Cleveland desperately needed to hear. One rooted in a rare combination of logic and boldness. Carver isn't just a media personality with hot takes. He's a football purist. He built rosters the hard way, through scouting, development, and cutting veterans a year too early rather than a year too late. When he says something, it isn't for attention. It's because he sees what others are afraid to acknowledge. And what he sees in Shedeur Sanders is more than a dual-threat quarterback with flashy highlights. He sees a leader, a technician, a player with rare vision, and an uncommon calm amid chaos. You don't bench that kind of presence, Carver continued. You build around it. And yet, that's exactly the dilemma facing Stefanski and the Browns. They have Deshaun Watson, expensive, embattled, and inconsistent. A player who arrived with promise but has delivered mostly questions. They also have a system built around structure, rhythm, and control. Elements that Shedia, for all his brilliance, sometimes eschews in favor of improvisation and instinct. But Carver wasn't buying the system excuse. Your system exists to serve your players, he said, not the other way around. If Stefanski can't tailor his scheme to fit Shedia, then the problem isn't the quarterback. It was a stinging indictment, one that drew equal parts praise and pushback. But the fans? They listened. Cleveland is a city that embraces grit, not gloss. And in Shedeur Sanders, they've seen something rare. A young player who could have demanded a trade or quietly waited for free agency, but instead dug in, committed, and chose Cleveland. He bought meals for teammates. He stayed late in film rooms. He took sacks without blaming the offensive line. And when the pocket collapsed, he turned scrambles into symphonies. But most of all, he won, not with flash alone, but with poise, accuracy, and confidence. In 10 starts, he posted better numbers than Watson's best month in Cleveland. His deep ball looked effortless. His decision-making, sharp. The locker room, it followed him. And that's what Carver keyed in on. You don't coach charisma. You don't manufacture leadership. Sheffer has it. That locker room knows it. And if you bench him now, you lose more than a game. You lose the soul of your team. Inside the Browns organization, things remain tense. Stefanski has refused to name a starter. Training camp reps are being split, though insiders suggest Shiger is winning the team, if not the playbook. Still, Stefanski appears hesitant, torn between loyalty to Watson, fear of uprooting the offensive scheme, and the looming pressure of job security. That's what makes Carver's take so compelling and so dangerous. He's given fans a clear banner to rally behind. And now, every incompletion from Watson, every overthrown slant, will echo with the unspoken question, why isn't Shiger starting? The noise is rising. Even Browns legends have begun to chime in, some backing Carver, others urging patience. But patience in Cleveland is a currency long since spent, and Carver knows it.